Hi, it's Lorna Rasmussen, and I'm here in Costa Rica to wish you a very, very happy new year. 2019, can you believe it? It's I can't believe it's this time in the century, let alone this time in the decade. But you know what? I love this time of year. And the reason I love it is it's a great time to reinvent yourself. And that's what we're going to talk about today. In the few minutes that I have with you, I want to ask you some questions that I hope will lead you to start defining for yourself what it would take to have a life that you absolutely love. Now, it may be that your life is great in some areas and not so great in others, but I want you to have a life that you turn to somebody and say, I love my life. That's the kind of life I'm hoping for you. And we'll start by asking the question, what is it you really want? You know, when people ask us, well, what do you want? What's what are your New Year's resolutions? Might be another way you hear that question. A lot of us ask for kind of off the top of our head sorts of things. I want to lose weight. I want to be healthier. I want to have more time with my family. I want a bigger car. I want a bigger house, whatever. When in fact, what we really want might be something quite different. So I want you to spend some time thinking about that. What is it that I really want? And I will share with you that what I discovered I really wanted when I thought of that question was I wanted balance in my life and I wanted control in my life. And that leads to all kinds of different things. But one of the most important things it leads to when you answer that question is, well, what do I have to do different? That's the second question. What do you need to do different than you were doing in 2018, 2017, 2016? What is it? What behavior do you have to develop? We might talk in terms of habits. What habits do I need to make? What habits do I need to break? I mean, I have a really bad habit right now of spending too much time watching the news. I am ending that as of January 1st. I'll probably do a binge on the 31st of December. But from that point on, I am not watching the news like I have been. I'm going to turn it back to the 1950s when there was one newscast for half an hour at 6 p.m. and that was it. And that's all I'm going to watch. That's all I need to watch. So find a habit that you feel, if you had that habit, maybe it's a habit of reading, maybe it's a habit of talking about yourself in a certain way, find that habit and what kind of behavior would that develop in you. Now I want you to really think about yourself and describe yourself in a life that you absolutely love in terms of behavior. And I want that to be in terms of an emotional behavior. Some ideas, so to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, is you might describe yourself as filled with gratitude. You might describe yourself as living a life with expectancy or living a life with joy. So what is it that how would you describe yourself, and be thinking about yourself in that life and saying, this is a life that I love. Maybe it would be living a life of peace. Maybe you get, you feel riled up about things and you lash out at people. You know, that song, you always hurt the ones we love. Well, that's what we end up doing when we're not feeling happy in our lives. We tend to lash out at the people closest to us, the people who love us the most. So think about emotionally, what would you look like? What would your life look like? And then I want you to take all of these pieces and I want you to act like you're a script writer and write yourself a script of you in 12 months or 24 months or 48 months, however long you feel it would take to get that life, to be living a life that you're absolutely in love with. And I want you to describe it. I want you to describe it in terms of who you are. I want you to describe it in terms of what you're doing, people you're around, the way you're acting, the habits you have. And then you can also describe it physically. That's sometimes a good place to start. You know, where do you live? What are you doing? You know, it can take you a while to get to that life. I would say that it's taken me about 20 years really to develop along the way. But here's the good news. As you're developing it, as you're starting to live it, you're living the potential of that life first. That's in your goals and your dreams, and then you're living that life. But that potential time can really be as exciting and as gratifying as living the actual life. So I hope that's helped you. I want to let you know that if you are interested, we've got some free tool that could be very helpful to you in this exercise. And if you need even more help, I have a new workshop that's coming out. All of this will be revealed as I'm revealing my brand new website coming up at the 1st of January. So I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to learning more about you. Please don't hesitate to make comments. We love to hear from you. And with that, Happy New Year.